You can develop charisma. I was able to do that as an incredibly introverted person who suffered immensely with depression and anxiety to the point where I couldn't even leave my house. What you need to understand about charisma is that it's a package. It is multiple different things coming together to create this energy which is exuding from you. And if you miss any of the important components of being charismatic, you might end up being a bit of an NPC. It is quite difficult to define and put your finger on what charisma is, okay? But I've had a strong think about it, and these are the components of what makes a charismatic person. And the very first thing which you should look to do is to figure out what your strengths are and to reinforce them, because there's different types of charisma. Some people are very witty, some people are very intelligent, some people are very well spoken. There's different types, and you need to figure out which one of these is your strength. And I can't do that for you. You can't just copy and paste a formula which works for someone else and just hope that it works for you as well, because you might be swimming upstream. I might be trying to emulate someone like Russell Brand, who is the king of charisma in my opinion, but I just don't have his life experience, his intelligence, and his wit to make that work for me. I have to tap into my own strengths and my own charisma. And funnily enough, a really good example of this is actually a certain Austrian painter with a funny mustache, Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was an insanely charismatic person, but for the longest time, he was just a normal ass foot soldier, very insignificant, and a failed painter, until he realized what his strength was, almost on accident. He was sent to spy on the National Socialist Party, and someone said something in the meeting he was spying on so outrageous that he literally blew his cover and started just ranting. But this captured the attention of everyone in the party, and he actually ended up joining the party after that and continually spoke for them as a public speaker. That is where he discovered his strength, which is public speaking. So before, he went from being very insignificant to suddenly becoming someone very important. I just use Hitler as an example because I've been studying World War II recently and he comes to mind. But there's probably plenty of examples of people who realize what their strengths are and just lean into it more. And that's what you need to do. There are different strengths which you might have. You might be naturally very witty. You might not be very funny at all, but you're very intelligent. Lean into that. The next component of charisma is authenticity. And the reason why this is so important is for a few things. One, being authentic is naturally very polarizing, because if you truly speak what you believe with your chest, you're going to draw people in who wholeheartedly agree with you, and you're going to repel a lot of people who do not agree with you. And that's really what you want. What you want is for when someone says, hey, can Sam come to the party tonight? They either say, fuck yes, I love that Sam guy, or they say, oh God, no, I fucking hate that guy. What you really don't want is for them to say, yeah, Sam's okay, he can like tag along, I guess. That's not what you want. Being authentic allows you to not be bland. I remember when I was in school and I would pretend that I liked playing FIFA and that I liked football just so I fit in with everyone else. But what that led to is me just being a very boring, uninteresting person. What you also don't want is you don't want imposter syndrome. You don't want to pretend that you're someone you're not. And if anyone struggles with imposter syndrome, you know how fucking painful it is. Like, you're just not really sure of who you are and if you are him, you know? It's not good. You don't want that. You want to be authentic to yourself as your foundations and then build upon that.
In fact, like, my best friend for a few years was basically like a complete and utter like Jeffrey. He was on antidepressants and everything, but I loved the guy because he was just authentic with it. He never tried to be someone he wasn't, and so he was a likable person, even though we were like very different in the levels that we had gotten to in like self-improvement.
That's me, guys. Hamza is talking about me there. It's a breath of fresh air when someone enters your life and they're just totally unapologetically authentic. That's what you want, guys. The next thing you want is passionate. You actually want to speak with passion towards whatever you're talking about. You want to speak more about things which interest you, which is why I'm able to come to life when I turn my camera on here, because I'm so passionate about this stuff. I love self-development. It's what changed my life, and now I want to share it with you. If I was speaking about like, yeah, you can become like more charismatic and stuff, like here's what you do, you gotta like polarize people, and it's not interesting, is it? It's not. You want to bring a sense of enthusiasm and excitement to what you're talking about, and being being present when you speak actually amplifies the fuck out of your messaging and your charisma. If you're sort of just in your own head, AFK, thinking about like, oh shit, I need to pay that bill that I got yesterday, you're worrying about that, you're not going to be able to tap into that charisma that you have inside of you. You're not going to be able to captivate anyone's attention or to have this aura and this energy about you because you're too busy in your own head. So practice presence. There's many different ways you can do that. You can pray, you can meditate, you can spend less time on your phone, many different ways. If you need more ideas, you can check out the rest of my YouTube channel. I talk about male self-development every single day. And guys, be open in conversation. You need to say what you mean with your chest. You don't want to be pussyfooting around other people's feelings too much because that's actually not going to allow you to be authentic. Say stuff with conviction. Mean it. Live it. Don't just say shit because it sounds good. This is what you see with a lot of YouTubers. They turn their camera on and they say shit which sounds good. Yeah, guys, if you really want to start like getting some good results, you've got to wake up at 4 a.m. That's what I do, man. Yeah. It's just like, you can just tell they don't believe what they're saying. They're just saying what they should say. It's not authentic to them. Say shit with your chest. Say it with conviction. Mean it. Live it. But also, don't be abrasive. Don't push your ideology and your opinions onto other people in a manner which is uninviting. And if you struggle with this and you find that you continually annoy people after you talk with them, whether you mean to or not, read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. It will change your life. The next thing, guys, is body language. If you want to be open in conversation, you need also open body language. You need to be confident in yourself. I don't want to harp on about body language because a lot of it is subconscious. You hear a lot of guys talking about how you should consciously puff your chest out, shoulders back, and I think that can be good, but generally speaking, in terms of 80-20, you're going to get that 80% return by literally just having empowering beliefs about yourself. You don't have to consciously think about how your body language looks if you genuinely believe that you're a good person, you live with a good heart, and you have good intentions. You also want to be fluent in your language. I'll use Funny Bold Man as an example of this. He was on a Romanian TV show recently, getting interviewed in Romanian, and he actually refused to answer his questions in Romanian because he's far more fluent in English. If you try to speak a language which isn't fluent to you, you're essentially nerfing yourself. So make sure you're very well versed with what language you're speaking because you're going to have a natural advantage. And guys, this is actually very important, but completely let go of the idea that you're going to gain anything from conversations with other people. Let go of the idea that you're going to change their mind or that they're going to like approve of your opinions and they're going to give you social credit score or whatever. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're not trying to change anyone's mind. You're just looking to genuinely connect with this other person and listen to them. Like genuinely just listen to them. And non-judgmentally just have a back and forth with them. Saying your piece with conviction and also just not trying to get their approval. You need to genuinely just enjoy what you're saying without the expectations of any outside variables changing. You're happy with what you've said, even if nothing else changes around you. And guys, finally, eye contact. Look into the soul of the people that you're speaking to. This will help you massively connect with them. I struggled with eye contact for a very long time. In fact, a lot of people used to tell me that I was autistic because it was almost impossible for me to make eye contact. I would just stare at the floor when people were speaking to me. If you want my step-by-step system to leveling up your social skills, it's literally like a video game XP guide. Step-by-step, autistically laid out to you. I made a completely free video about it on my YouTube channel. It will be the top link in the description. That, in my opinion, is how you become more charismatic or how you tap into your inner charisma. Here's Discord message of the day. And if you want to learn how to make money online from the comfort of your bedroom or traveling the world with your laptop, I teach over 500 of my students how to do exactly that. And as you can see on the screen here, we're getting excellent results inside of my academy. You could be next. Take care, boys.